everybody, welcome to my second video. This is a very festive video, like you can see by my shirt. I'm celebrating my 3 subscriber. Thank you for watching and thank you for loving the video. And this is a special theme video. I'll be going over my favorite 10 soundtracks of shoot 'em ups. Since it is such an important part of the game, it's an integral part of the game. In a way, it what makes kind of the atmosphere of the game, and the state of mind of the programmers even. So the criteria is obviously my favorite soundtracks, but it's also games that I actually own and play, and yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and I'll have some honorary mentions and some games that are in my doghouse, games that I think they are good, but I think they messed up either the sound or the soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, I like 10 favorite list videos. I watch it all the time. So I'm gonna do one myself right now. So let's start. So I think it's going to be a 2-part video, so I'll squeeze in something for 10 minutes here, and then the next video is going to be another 10 minutes. I'm going to go quickly over the game. So let's start. The first video game is soundtrack that I like is Last Hope. Now usually games with a good soundtrack are usually good games, by my experience. But this game is unfortunately is rubbish. It's almost unplayable. It's just not fun. I don't have the pink bullet version. I would like to try it one day, but this game doesn't work for me. Anybody who played it knows the game mechanics are not good, but the soundtrack is really good. It's a Euro shooter, so the music is electronic, Euro style electronic. I don't know too much what to say about it. I will just say that I like very much the soundtrack of this game. It kind of like, it's less a soundtrack of the game, it's a soundtrack of how it's very like melancholic type of electronic soundtrack, and it kind of like, it's more like of the mood of the gamer that try to like this game but he cannot. So it's less about the game, the soundtrack of the game. It's less about the game. It's about the feeling of the guy who played with it. It's too bad. It's got good artwork. Could have been a good game. It's too bad. They totally messed up the playability on this game. So next game is Ikaruga, which is this game. Game itself, it set a new paradigm in shoot 'em ups. It had introduced the concept of polarity. This concept was followed just by a couple of games, but it was not really applied. It's not for everybody, but it's a very original idea. But the soundtrack is very. It's not a game that I play a lot, but it's a fantastic game, and it's a very dramatic soundtrack. It weaves really nicely with the game. What else can I say? I mean, there's some maneuvers in this. Everybody who played this game know there's some some intermediary scene where the ship kind of like plunges and do some maneuvers, and it really the score of the game really does justice to the action. So I really think it's on point. The soundtrack of it's everything about this game is well done, and the soundtrack is fantastic. Next game is a less known game a little bit for the PC Engine called Psychic Storm, and it's one of the reasons I chose the game for this list is that the soundtrack is catchy and kind of create an atmosphere, and some tracks of this game, which is really good actually, are memorable. You know, they're just good. You know, they're surprising. They're good. They're like well played, and yeah, I mean, you know, it's a really good game. I mean, I played it when I was a kid. You know, and had it ever since, and it's a fucking good game. You know, now there's a comment. I didn't choose any, for example, Mega Drive game or Mega Drive games or PC Engine or U-Card games because I just don't think, even though they might have some good melodies, you know, the technology was not there yet to have good sound and good synthesizing for the soundtrack to do justice to the games. So even though they're fantastic games and have good music, it just I don't know. I just chose games that had like good sound and good production quality. So yeah, so that was number three. Was Psychic Storm. Number four is the PS2 R-Type Final, which the game is also very melancholic in a way. It's a very dark atmosphere, and the the soundtrack of this game is, if I can describe it, it's very dark and melancholic, as I said, and grandiose. It's just like there's this big ship and big scenery in the game and big production. So the music is just like on point. I mean, it's a legit company. IREM. They've been around. And what I'm saying, you cannot scare a prostitute with a penis. They know what to do. So number four is Art of Final. Is a really good game. And a good soundtrack. And number five is a new school game called Akai Katana, Red Katana, which it's a very it's an excellent game. Anybody played it? It's a really fantastic game. It's if I can say a couple words about the game, I mean the music is awesome. I mean you just gotta play it. It's a very it's also kind of, I don't know, half rock, half electronic music, but it has a lot of effect in it. So I'm not an expert, I'm not a musician, but I can say that I like it, and the game itself is it's really good. I mean the score attack in it lets you survive for like 4 or 5 stages comfortably, and it's a good challenge game. It's the difficulty is well balanced, so and the game is crisp. So yeah, Akai Katana, very good soundtrack. So we got 5 games to go on my list. I would like to make a little detour and just show some honorary mentions and some games that I think the music is not very good. So honorary mention is another Euro shooter that I got a recommendation from YouTube, and it's one of the most underestimated games on a PS1. Underestimated shooters. It's a Euro shooter, has a Euro techno kind of music, I guess, but it's really good. It's called X1. No, sorry, X2. My bad. X2, because X1 was a Amiga game. So X2 is the PS1 version. It's a Euro shooter, but it came out in Japan also. So if the Japanese got respect for this game, it's legit, and I think it's good. I mean, I was really surprised. I mean, this game, the ship, some stages the ship is horizontal, some ship it's a vertical, and they both work really well. So it's one of the most underestimated, and I recommend it for everybody. It's really cheap to get, and it's a really good shoot 'em up for everybody who has everything and don't know about it. It's a really good game actually. So I respect that. Obviously, another game, Border Down for the Dreamcast, has a really good soundtrack. Has the arrange and original soundtrack, which are really good. Both of them. Sorry, I don't have the technological means to put out the actual music on the video, but it's up to you to discover it. So, and yeah, I mean this is the end of my first video. I'm just gonna cut it, and I'm gonna move immediately to the next one. So yeah, I mean go go take a shit or something, and come back for the next one. Bye.